You're pushing yourself in the gym, sticking to your macros and doing everything right, or at least you think you are. But despite the effort, the results don't match the grind. The scale barely moves, your strength plateaus, and recovery feels like it takes forever. Most people assume the problem is their training split or their diet, but the real culprit could be something you don't even notice: stress. Chronic stress is the silent saboteur of muscle growth. It floods your body with cortisol, a hormone that works against nearly every adaptation you're trying to achieve. Today, we'll dive deep into the science of how stress sabotages your workout gains, and more importantly, what you can do to fix it. What happens in your body under stress? Stress is a natural survival response. When you face pressure, whether it's a looming deadline, a heated argument, or even the physical strain of training, your brain signals the adrenal glands to release cortisol. In the short term, this is a good thing. Cortisol raises blood sugar, sharpens alertness, and primes your body for fight or flight. Imagine our ancestors being chased by predators. This surge of cortisol was life-saving. The problem is that your body doesn't distinguish between a lion chasing you and modern stress like sitting in traffic or overthinking finances. To your system, stress is stress, and if the stress doesn't stop, cortisol levels stay elevated. When that happens day after day, your body shifts into survival mode, where building muscle or recovering from training is the last priority. Instead, energy is diverted into staying alert, maintaining blood sugar, and conserving resources. Over time, this creates the perfect storm for stalled gains, poor recovery, and even muscle loss. The science: how stress blocks muscle growth. So how exactly does cortisol sabotage your training results? Let's break it down step by step. First, cortisol suppresses muscle protein synthesis. This is the process where your body takes amino acids from protein and uses them to build new muscle tissue after a workout. Without protein synthesis, lifting weights becomes like trying to build a house without bricks. A study in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research found that athletes with chronically high cortisol struggled to add lean muscle even with consistent training. Second, cortisol is catabolic, meaning it breaks things down. When it's elevated, your body literally starts breaking down muscle protein into amino acids and converting them into glucose for energy. This is the exact opposite of the anabolic, growth-focused state you want after training. Third, stress interferes with your thyroid function. Normally, your body converts the hormone T4 into T3, the active form that regulates metabolism, energy production, and recovery. But high cortisol blocks that conversion, leaving you sluggish, fatigued, and slower to repair muscle damage. Finally, cortisol interferes with your anabolic hormones like testosterone and growth hormone. Both are essential for strength, recovery, and muscle hypertrophy. Research in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism shows that prolonged stress lowers testosterone significantly. When testosterone and growth hormone drop while cortisol stays elevated, you're fighting a losing battle for gains. Put all this together and you see the big picture. Cortisol doesn't just slow muscle growth, it actively reverses it. Real-life impact. This is why so many lifters feel stuck. You train hard, eat enough protein, and push yourself, yet you don't see progress. Worse, you may even feel like you're moving backward. Stressed out lifters often complain of nagging injuries, poor sleep, and a constant sense of fatigue. Even when they're motivated, their bodies don't cooperate. Think about times when your life was particularly stressful: exams, job pressure, financial stress. Did you notice your performance in the gym dip? Maybe you felt weaker, couldn't push as much weight, or your body just looked flat? That's the real-life face of elevated cortisol. It drains energy, blocks recovery, and stops your muscles from growing, no matter how disciplined you are with training. Stress management for lifters. Here's the good news. Stress isn't unbeatable. In fact, once you learn to manage it, your body responds almost immediately with better recovery, better workouts, and noticeable gains. Let's talk solutions. The first and most powerful tool is sleep. Sleep is when growth hormone and testosterone peak. Just one bad night can raise cortisol by 30% the next day. On the other hand, consistent deep sleep lowers cortisol and primes your body for growth. Aim for 7 to 9 hours, keep your bedtime consistent, and minimize blue light before bed. Even small improvements in sleep hygiene can unlock massive improvements in recovery. Second, practice mindfulness and controlled breathing. These aren't just woo-woo practices, science backs them up. Just 10 minutes of meditation or deep breathing has been shown to lower cortisol significantly. A technique called box breathing, inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4, signals safety to your nervous system, pulling you out of survival mode. Third, pay attention to nutrition timing. After a workout, your body is in a catabolic state. If you wait too long to eat, cortisol stays elevated. A post-workout meal with protein and carbohydrates blunts that spike and accelerates recovery. Something as simple as a whey protein shake with oats or chicken and rice can shift your body from breakdown into repair mode. Finally, consider smart supplementation. Magnesium plays a big role in calming the nervous system and improving sleep quality. Ashwagandha, an adaptogenic herb, has been studied extensively. A 2019 meta-analysis found it lowered cortisol significantly, while also boosting strength and endurance in athletes. These supplements aren't magic, but when combined with proper sleep, stress management, and nutrition, they give you a solid edge. If you're looking for a trusted magnesium or ashwagandha supplement, we've linked our top recommendation in the description below. Let's recap. Chronic stress raises cortisol, and high cortisol blocks protein synthesis, breaks down muscle, disrupts thyroid function, and lowers anabolic hormones like testosterone and growth hormone. The result? Poor recovery, stalled strength, and minimal gains. But by managing stress through quality sleep, mindful practices, smart nutrition timing, and targeted supplementation, you can shift your body back into an anabolic, growth-friendly state. The takeaway is simple. Lifting weights and eating right aren't enough if stress is running the show. Your hormones control whether or not your effort pays off. Manage stress, and you'll finally unlock the results you've been chasing. And if you found this video helpful, please do us a favor and hit that like button and share it with a friend. It helps us make more science-backed videos like this one, and let us know in the comments. Have you noticed stress affecting your gym progress? Drop your experience in the comments. You never know who might benefit from your story.